Hey everyone, so today I am doing a 1 month update on my MacBook Air. This is the 2021. I had a few people asking me to do an update and how I'm finding it. So I think someone asked about doing like a week update, someone else asked a month. I think I've had the laptop about a month now, like almost exactly. It's the dual core i3 256GB. I'm pretty sure. I'll leave the unboxing here if you want to go and watch that first. So on Friday I uploaded my MacBook Pro update, which I will also leave in the card and in the description. I will be telling you a bit more like comparisons between the two in this video, especially about like editing, because I know that's what a lot of people want to know about this laptop. Can you use the MacBook Air to edit on? So on the MacBook Air video, I just wanted to see if anyone asked anything, because someone said, can I do an update slash review, because they're thinking about getting one but a little put off by the fan. So I'll definitely talk about the fan. Someone just asked, can I do a review, because how do I feel about using it after a week? Someone said they saw my password, but I just to mention, I didn't actually show my password. So yeah, I had just people sort of asking like, can I do a review, or like how am I finding it and stuff. And I did actually have someone say, did I return the Pro? And I did cover this in my MacBook Pro video. No, because the MacBook Pro was bought for me through work, and this one I bought out of my own money. Oh, I've just realised this is my actual laptop I use all the time, so like I have so much stuff open. So apologies for all the screenshots on this, because it's all my like screenshots for thumbnails. What? Screenshots for thumbnails, there we go. So I do on both laptops still have just the generic background. I actually quite like them because they're very HD and they're just like cute, and I don't really look at them that much. For one, I just want to point out, absolutely love this colour. It is my favourite colour ever. It's honestly one of the things that drew me to get the MacBook Air, just because of the colour of it. So one thing I like love about this laptop, I'm just going to show it quickly so I can say, is the shape of it. Since like I've had my MacBook Pro, like my 2015 one, I never liked the look of MacBook Airs. I didn't like the slimness of them. Bearing in mind, I still don't like the old version of the MacBook Air. Like, I don't like the look of it. I like the new versions. Like, I think this is from like 2017, isn't it? Like this style. Trying to decide which one to get, I was so indecisive. The only thing that led me to get the Air was because work was getting me a Pro. If work hadn't got me a Pro, more than likely would have ordered myself the Pro. I feel like with the Air, you're missing out on some certain things, because the Pro is obviously more powerful, it's got the touch bar, all that sort of stuff, but I covered the touch bar in that other video, so you can go and watch it if you would like. But with the Pro, you're not really missing out on anything. The only thing you miss out on is this really pretty colour. And it's just so light and easy to carry. I'm sort of going to cover about what I really like about this laptop and what I don't like about this laptop. There's actually only one thing I don't like about this laptop. Two things, but one's like very minor. I had the 2015 MacBook Pro and it's quite chunky, and going from that to this is like the easiest thing to just have on your lap and to be comfy on your bed and be using it, and it's just overall just a very comfortable, sounds weird to say comfortable laptop. Something that I did mention in the other video, which I stand by for this laptop as well, is that I absolutely love the Touch ID. My favourite thing of the whole laptop, I think, apart from like the colour. I didn't actually mention in the other video, but it's more like, I guess, a comparison, is the trackpad. The trackpad on this is slightly smaller than on the Pro. One of the main differences between my MacBook Pro and this laptop is obviously the keyboard. So this one actually has the Magic Keyboard. My MacBook Pro has the butterfly keys. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Magic Keyboard is 100 times nicer. It just like clicks the right amount where it's like satisfying, it's just nice. Whereas the Pro, it's sort of like more clunky. Still really like that keyboard. I actually personally, you know how the Pro had these bigger things here? I actually personally quite like them. Oh, I didn't actually mention this in my MacBook Pro video. I do have on both my laptops a little like cover up here, which goes over the camera, and you just like slide it back and forth, because I'm a paranoid person. And do you know what caused me to start thinking like this? It was that iCarly episode where Freddie hacks into the laptop, the old lady that has the wrong laptop, and he can see where the laptop is because he's hacked in and looked through the camera. I'm always scared that someone's sitting there watching me. So I literally have these on like both the laptops. But do I prefer the touch bar or do I prefer these keys? I do prefer the keys. There's a reason those keys are the ones that are put there. So on the touch bar, you only get 4 on the side, and then you have to press the little arrow, and then you get all of these keys. And for me, I'm like, there's a reason they were put there in the first place. It's because they're the ones you use the most. Personally, I think this little laptop is incredible just for an everyday use. If you just want a laptop for like, I don't know, college or just schoolwork or just an everyday just personal laptop that you're not going to edit on, I would definitely recommend getting the Air over the Pro. I don't see any issue with getting the Air. I think the battery's fine. Power brick for the Air is half the size of the power brick for the Pro. So obviously it does take a bit longer to charge, but the charge does last quite a long time. I'd say I charge it once a day, and I'm using like Netflix and stuff, and I'm on YouTube all the time and everything. So now I'm sort of going to cover like the thing that everyone sort of wants to know about MacBook Airs, and that's the editing. I have edited on iMovie and on Final Cut on this laptop. My first video edited on iMovie was what's on my iPhone. I had to quit iMovie, I would say about 10 times, maybe more. It just kept freezing. The video after that, it ended up being okay, and then I decided I want to try Final Cut because, you know how they slow down old iPhones? I feel like they're not going to update iMovie as much because Final Cut's £300, so they're going to want you to pay for that. I will say I do not have to quit it as much as I did on iMovie, but it's still not like, you shouldn't have to quit it at all. It does this thing where it doesn't freeze. Basically, it will freeze for a second, it'll do that dreaded Apple multicoloured swirly thing, and then it will figure itself out. Once it figures itself out, you can continue to just edit. It takes I'm talking like 3 seconds here, but you can tell when you're doing stuff it's slowing down. So I tend to just quit out of Final Cut or iMovie because I just feel like it gives it like a refresh. It just makes it work quicker. Though it is a bit frustrating but that's not to say you cannot edit on it. You definitely can. But for me personally, if I've got the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro, why would I spend more time editing on the MacBook Air and having to quit it when I can just edit on the Pro? But if I didn't have the Pro, would I be fine editing on this? Yes. Someone was asking about the two on Facebook, and I commented, and someone actually replied to me like, I have the Air and I don't have any issues. So I guess it's sort of the amount of footage you have. Like I have like normally about an hour of footage, or half hour to an hour 15 of footage per video. It is a bit frustrating because it's sort of like, it's like buffering. But I will also say, every time I edit, I have Google Chrome open with Netflix, Disney Plus, and like probably about 2 YouTube tabs. None of them are playing, they'll be open, and I know Google Chrome takes up a lot normally. So maybe if I didn't have Google Chrome open, it would be fine. So that could be a reason, I'm not sure. So I quickly wanted to come on and say that I tried editing on Final Cut Pro on the MacBook Air without having Google Chrome open, and I was able to get through 45 minutes of editing without having to quit Final Cut Pro. So if you're having issues, I'd highly recommend trying to edit with only your editing software open, because I did find it made a difference. In terms of the fan, this is a thing that a lot of people mentioned. You hear people talking about, and someone did actually ask me about the fan. I just want to clarify, people say overheating as like the laptop gets hot. Overheating actually means when the laptop gets so hot it crashes. Like, you know, if you ever had the triangle thing on your phone where this phone is too hot, it needs to cool down before it can power back up. That's what overheating is. The fan does come on, but I don't think the fan in this is connected to like the processor or anything. But I will say, considering like when the fan does come on, it has good like control. Like it turns itself off pretty quickly. Like I play Sims on this and the fan obviously is going crazy, but the laptop doesn't shut down or nothing. It gets warm. It gets hot probably, but once I come off of Sims, the fan will go off quite quickly. The only time the laptop has shut itself down is the first time I used Final Cut and I was rendering the video and it couldn't handle it. It was like, nope, see ya. And then I tried it again and it worked. But you've got to remember, like, a lot of these people that are saying it's overheating and stuff and getting to crazy temperatures, they're proper techie people. For everyday use, you are fine. I haven't had any issues with that really. And I've edited 2 hours on it and it's fine. Like, the fan comes on the MacBook Pro when I was editing. Obviously, if you're doing really like heavy duty stuff on it, then yeah, the Air's probably not going to be the best for you. Just for general everyday use, I don't see an issue with the fan. But yeah, if you are interested in like making videos for YouTube and you want to like edit, Pro was quicker, the Pro is better, but I also only had one Google Chrome tab open, so it wasn't pretty like accurate like comparison. But I would say for £500 difference, you'd be fine editing on the Air. I think it's just these really techie people that are saying that it's really, really bad and stuff, and when they're using it for stuff that we'd never use it for. But yeah, apart from that, there's not that much to say about this laptop. I just wanted to cover like the editing, the fan. If I could choose, if they were the same price, I would choose the Pro just because obviously I make YouTube videos. If I didn't make YouTube videos, I would choose the Air because I prefer the colour of it, I prefer the shape. Especially like this could like, it's not that heavy, so if you were using it for like college and you had to take it, I know it's a bit different times right now, but if you had to take it somewhere, it'd be very easy to like travel with and everything. But I think my overall answer, if you're trying to decide between the two, just think what you're using it for. I hope that answers some of your questions. If you have any, please leave them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. I mean, if you want to spend the money, I would recommend the Pro, just for, especially if you're going to edit. You can still edit completely fine on the MacBook Air. You may get a bit frustrated if it does do the same thing, but obviously not everyone has that same issue. I hope this was helpful in some ways, or if you just enjoyed the video. From now on, my videos will be back to like beauty videos, because there's nothing really else to talk about these. I just had people requesting for them, that's why I did them. I will see you in my next video. Bye!